It's a pleasure and an honor for CNBC Pakistan to welcome Dr. Muhammed Younus, Nobel Prize winner and the Managing Director and founder of Grameen Bank. Dr. Younus, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to CNBC.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
How's your trip been to Pakistan thus far?
It's wonderful. I've been meeting a lot of people and a lot of support, a lot of excitement about the possibility of microcredit in Pakistan, and also the issue of poverty, because this is a common problem we face in the whole region. This region, the South Asia, almost a hub of all the poor people in the world. It's a large segment, almost half of the entire poor population in the world live in this territory.
Well, on behalf of the people of Pakistan, we'd first like to congratulate you on being a Nobel laureate. How close have you been to poverty in your life?
I was not close in a family situation-wise, where I come from a low middle-class family, but not quite one can describe as a poor family. But poverty is an extreme form that we talk about here, and luckily I was not there. But I came close in this work itself. I have been to people who have starved. I have been to people who cannot afford to have a change of clothes. That's the only piece of cloth they have. And the kind of shacks which you call home, it's worth for animal, but not for human being, for living conditions. So that was in a very close situation. I have seen hunger, I have seen famine. So that way I've been exposed to poverty in the harshest possible way.
Having grown up in a lower middle class family, a family which had its priorities straight in terms of education, all your siblings are well educated and another brother of yours is also part of the academia. You yourself had a chance to go to the US twice to complete your education on the undergrad and for the master's and the PhD level. What were some of the major influences in the earlier parts of your life in your adolescence which gave you a sense of realization for the pain and suffering that the poor feel in your part of the world?
Well, I did my master's from Dhaka University, so I had all my education in Chittagong where I grew up, except for the part for master's degree and for honors degree in the university in Dhaka. Then I left for USA on a Fulbright scholarship, so there's a long stretch of time that I could spend in the USA. But I thought I never left touch of where I came from, and I was always planning to go back where I'm from and make myself useful to that society in some way. Although I was studying in the beautiful campus and the most prestigious university, one of the most prestigious university, Vanderbilt University, I always felt that this is for some purpose. It has to be of some use someday in Bangladesh. And when I came back in 1972, right after the liberation war, it's a devastated country. So I wanted to see if I can be of any use to rebuild the country in a way that we feel that we have achieved something. We have moved out of the extreme poverty that we had in the country. Then we gradually slip into an extreme economic situation and famine. And that's what pushed me into looking at poverty in a close range. I was teaching in a university, Chittagong University, which is located among villages. So right in the middle of all the villages, you have a beautiful modern campus. If you cross the campus line, you are in a traditional village with all the poverty and all the problems of a village life. So I wanted to see if there's anything that I can do, even for one person, even for one day. That's what I was searching for.
So where did the $6 billion idea come from?
That idea didn't show up as a $6 billion idea. It showed up as a 42 people, $27 idea. I was looking at the moneylenders' harsh conditions imposed by them on the poor people. And I made a list of those people, which had a total of 42 names on that list finally. And the total money they borrowed was $27, 856 taka local currency. And I was shocked, because as an economist, you talk in terms of millions and billions of dollars, national development plans, 5-year development plans, and all those sort of stuff. Never thought in terms of few penny per person. And I thought it's a big problem with a very simple solution. All I have to do is to give this $27 to all these 42 people to repay the loans that they have taken from the money and be free from those conditionalities, and ruthlessness of those money lenders will be over. And it was over when I gave this money, but it created a second cycle of excitement now. Excitement that how could you do that kind of thing? Who ever heard of doing something like that? So I thought, my God, if you can make so many people so happy with such a small amount of money, why don't you do more? So I wanted to do more. I went to the local bank to see if I can connect them with the local bank. They can lend the money. It's a small amount of money. I'm sure bank will be happy to do that.
That didn't work.
That didn't work. They said, no, it cannot be done. Poor people are not creditworthy. So a big debate came up with me, and I will not give up. They will not give up. For months it went on. I couldn't persuade them. So I offered myself as a guarantor to follow their rules. And I said, I'll sign all your papers. You give the money, and I'll take the risk. And that's how it began back in 1976. And I came up with ideas which will make it easy for people to pay back. And I was surprised that it worked. Every penny came back without any hassle. So I wanted to do more, expand and expand. But the banks were not as enthusiastic as I thought it would be. After seeing the result, they are becoming more and more skeptics. It will fail very soon. You are coming to the point where it will all collapse. But it was not collapsing. So I said, why don't we create a separate bank for all this? So then another chapter began to create a separate bank. And finally in 1983, I succeeded in creating a separate bank called Grameen Bank. And we expanded and expanded.
So are you a banker who liberates, or are you a liberator who banks?
Either way, I mean, you look at it, all I was trying to do, there was a problem, and I was trying to see a way to solve that problem. And to me, it appeared like a simple solution, but nobody pays any attention to it. They are hiding behind their mindset. It cannot be done. Nobody tries to do it. I think most of our problems, particularly relating to poverty, is that kind of problem. Solution is simple, but nobody goes forward because they're hiding behind whatever conventional wisdom they have in their mind and say, this is intricate problem, you need the societal change, you need this. You got involved with big things. But these are human beings. You can solve this problem person by person and then institutionalize those solutions, and you got it done.
So where did the crux of the borrowing come from right in the beginning? Was it people who were completely under the burden of loan shocks who you were able to liberate, or was it other people who were trying to be entrepreneurs on a small level yet needed that financing? Where did this